I'm Nancy Leader on the Zeta Report. The candidacy of Barack Obama promises the hope of solving problems by coming together in a nonpartisan way. But is this a false hope? Under the presidency of George W. Bush, the nation has seen itself sink into quagmires. Going into the war in Iraq on a lie, sinking the U.S. into the civil war that resulted, our very presence feeding that civil war. The result, a no-win situation. Choking in national debt by giving the rich a tax break at the same time the nation went to war. This is without precedence. The result? The dollar is plunging while inflation is roaring. Allowing the subprime crisis to develop to give the facade of an economic boom in the U.S. The result? Foreclosures are rampant and bank failures a possibility. Rewarding companies that ship jobs overseas with tax breaks while ignoring real job losses within the U.S. What a mess. No wonder Obama's the front runner. He didn't authorize to go to war in Iraq, and he's not in bed with lobbyists either. What do the Zetas say about Hillary Clinton? They describe her as cooperative, lacking backbone so she caves to the pressure of the moment. Hillary gave Bush her vote to go to war with Iraq without even reading the NIH report. Her presidential campaign accepted $890,000, almost $1 million, from a convicted Hong Kong felon on the run, Norman Suh. Perhaps he was hoping for a pardon like the one Bill Clinton gave to convicted felon Mark Rich, netting the Clintons $470,000, almost $500,000, for his presidential library. Can anyone say sleaze? McCain said bomb, bomb, bomb Iran in a cavalier, almost gleeful manner. Per the Zetas, McCain has an adolescent streak, and he certainly is not stable. His sudden and irrational temper is legend, and despite his protests, McCain is not much different from Clinton, being susceptible to lobbyists. Before Keating was convicted for big-time savings and loan fraud, McCain was vacationing with him in the Caribbean, the Keating 5 scandal of the past. And his current campaign is staffed by lobbyists, the New York Times alluding to favors done for an attractive blonde lobbyist, Vicky Eisman, who accompanied him often. All this certainly speaks to his judgment, if nothing else. Beyond rubber stamping Bush's war in Iraq and the sleaze lobbyist factor, is there any other common denominator between Clinton and McCain? Yeah, for the Zetas, they've both been informed about the pending passage of Planet X. They're both insiders. That's why they're so snug with Bush, and that's why they want to stay in Iraq and invade Iran. They want the oil. They are not out for the common man. They're out for the insiders. Per the Zetas, Obama is very clean and has a level head in a crisis. Anything else? Oh yeah, he's a star child, a very, very old soul, and has the ability to organize and motivate the American public in times of crisis. If the Bush machine wants either Clinton or McCain, then are they planning to use vote fraud? That did happen in New Hampshire, but from now on out, the same countering forces that ensured 2006 didn't have any voter fraud are in place. New Hampshire? That's why we had an odd result for Clinton that was outside of the exit polls and the polls going in. She didn't really win New Hampshire. But as in 2006, voter fraud is now being blocked by an alliance of Zetas and humans, so that the will of the people prevails. How does this work? The Zetas know what people think, so can pinpoint where fraud is planned and who is planning to adjust the totals inside those Diebold tabulating machines. Then the humans on the team step in to stop this from happening, or correct what went wrong. Totals can be set wrong, and totals can be set right. So who's going to win? Is it going to be Hillary or Obama? Where this is in the hands of man, due to the rule of non-interference, the Zetas are predicting that Obama will get the nomination due to being ahead in delegates. An Obama win would mobilize the Democratic Party, already showing up in record numbers. Until next time on the Zeta Report, this is Nancy Leader.